Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. I want to show you this little cheap trick for you guys that are wanting a kill flash for your optics. Kill flash is basically a honeycomb style insert that it's almost like a sunshade. It can act as a sunshade, but it also can cut down on any glint that your adversary might see or your game might see reflecting off of your scope back. You can go and look at history and things, and you look at Carlos Haythcock and things like that, where he did the basically the impossible shot. He saw the glint of a scope from the bad guy, and he shot at the glint. You can go look at that in history and some of the information about that. And one of the ways in modern times, the way they cut down on that happening, where they can see the glint of the scope, the glass, in other words, the reflection off the glass, is something like this with what's called a kill flash. And they're very expensive for what they are. They're just they're basically a honeycomb, and if you look, it keeps from being able to see inside where the glass would be. But if it's in a scope, you can actually see through it, and you don't see this honeycomb effect because of the way optics react with it. So one of the cheapest ways to buy this, because sometimes these are like $40 just for this one little piece here. And what I did was, and you can make your own out of coffee stir sticks. And I'll show you how to do that real quick. I won't do the entire thing on the camera because it's a little time consuming, but it's not that difficult. So what I started with was the sunshade that came on my scope. I unscrewed it, and you don't have to use, if yours doesn't have a sunshade like this, you can use a just the end of your scope. Just be careful your optic don't scratch it. So what you do is you take these sticks and you start filling in the sunshade like this until you get it tight. Okay, so you'll keep cramming these in here. Until you get them in there and it's snug. Okay, then you need to work on a flat surface. Again, I'm not going to do it exactly step by step on camera, and but you can get it where it is tight. You have to keep working at it till you get it all nice and filled in. And then what I did was I took a knife, a very sharp knife that was serrated. But what I did first is I took electrical tape and I taped it together to hold it in place. And then I took an electrical knife, a very sharp serrated knife, and I cut it. And then I kept trimming it until I had it. And then, like I said, the electrical tape holds it together. So you want to, be able to hold that group of straws together in a tight bundle in the shape that fits this, your particular size scope. Then, once I had it all done, I kept trimming it, being very careful, and like I said, using electrical tape to hold everything together. And I trimmed it down to about 3/4 of an inch to an inch wide. And then I did my final tape around the edge so it's nice and neat now. And if you look, it's all trimmed off nice and neat. Now, if you don't have this super tight with tape, these center straws could, and I'll show you one, it could come out like that. So you have to be careful with that. Now, once it's all nice and snug, you have to work at it to get them out, so they usually just won't pop out. So now if you see, this is the end of my sunshade that does not screw in. You're going to play with the amount of tape that you put in so it fits tight, but it doesn't fall in it. And so now what I did, if you look, I just pushed it about 1/2 to 3/4 of the way in. Okay? Now I can easily work it out if I need to. but yet it fits in there. Now, this is very redneck engineering, if you will, but it's cheap. You know, go find you a bunch of black straws, and the coffee stir sticks work the best because that's about the right size of a typical kill flash, the diameter of each of the little honeycomb pods. And this is just one method. There's some other methods out there. There's a guy on eBay that sells honeycomb plastic like this, and you could buy that, and I'll try finding his information and I'll link in that section below. But again, I just didn't want to spend $40. I typically don't use a kill flash a whole lot, but if I wanted one, I just was trying to get creative and a little cheap way to do it, and these little coffee stir sticks make one pretty nice, instead of spending, you know, the $40-50 on one of these things. And this will work with any of your optics, guys. I mean, if you can make one for your red dot, you can make one for your long range optic, you can do a lot of different things, but it keeps from having that glint. And again, stir sticks, black coffee stir sticks, and some simple tape. Now what I did was I went in, and once I got all this together and the size and everything I needed, I took some flat black, because it is a shiny plastic. I took some flat black spray paint and just misted it in it to cut down on any possible reflection. So, but anyway, guys, a little redneck engineering for you, and how to make a little inexpensive kill flash for your scopes. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, post those below. If you got any comments, post those below. If you like our videos, give us the thumbs up. That's always helpful. It's over in that section down there. You'll see the thumbs up button. If you give us a thumbs down, that's fine. Just tell us why you gave us the thumbs down. It helps us create better content, understanding what you liked and didn't like about the video. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be bringing another video shortly. Have a great day, guys.